Everybody, thanks for listening to the Triple B Experience. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer. I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight about me, what makes me tick, what really gets me going, and what pulls my jets when need be. I love professional wrestling. I wrestled for 17 years, and also I'm a huge Steelers fan, and I've collected comic books all my life. I'm going to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about. True experiences that are entertaining, and we recant them stories to you, the masses out there in podcast land. Join me on this crazy journey called the Triple B Experience.
Hello, everybody. This is Bad Bubba Brewer, and I want to wish everybody a belated happy Thanksgiving. This is episode 18 of the Triple B Experience. I'm your host, as always, Bad Bubba Brewer, and I'm going to tell you guys a lot of stuff that's been going on in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now doing 3 podcast shows. That's right, 3 podcast shows. This one right here, the Triple B Experience, where I talk about my personal experiences. And the second one is the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast, which is all about pro wrestling with Mr. Todd DeFazio and Gary DeBar, Maverick the Real McCoy. We just had our second show this past Saturday, and it was awesome. It's something that we all like to do. If you're hitting like and share to all these sites, the Triple B Experience and the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast, if you people get an invite, hit like, hit share, spread the word. That's what I'm telling you guys. Spread the word, because I got 3 podcasts. And now, this third podcast that I'm going to talk about is something that I seen on Facebook, where this individual is asking for a co-host to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm like, holy manoli. I said, okay, so I put my name in the Facebook display and said, hey, I would like a shot at a co-host for a Steeler podcast show. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there was 150 mother effers that applied for this, okay? 150. And he called me. His name is Pat. He is stationed in Arizona, okay? He also works for the USA Today. He writes columns. And the Steeler podcast is called Steelers Wire 360. Okay, Steelers Wire 360. And I called him and talked to him for about an hour and a half, and we actually talked about pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Pro wrestling and comic books. Stuff that I think I'm an expert on. I think I am. People probably don't, but I think I am. But I talked to him for about an hour and a half so we can shoot the shit, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And then he gave me a call back, and from 150 applicants, he was down to 14 applicants when he gave me the second call, and we started shooting stuff, and we started talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and this and that, and just trying to get a rapport of each other. So it was down to 7 people it was down to, okay? Yours truly had the high score of about a 4.8 to a 4.9, and now yours truly is the co-host of Steelers Wire 360. That is what has happened in between episode 17 to episode 18 now. I've already done 2 shows, and we shoot Tuesday nights. He calls me from Arizona, and I have to know a lot of stuff about the Steelers. Stats, player info, the visiting teams info that we're playing that week. I got to know my football. This ain't just me ranting and raving like I usually do. I got to know my football because Pat, the host, is all about stats. But I just want to let you guys know it's Steelers Wire 360. So you can listen to it on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and all the social media devices. Okay. And also the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast. I share them on my Facebook. Todd does it on his. Matt will do it on his. What we're going to do, it's a 3-man booth. It is probably, I feel, the best independent wrestling podcast show out there. We only got 2 shows in the books, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just going to keep churning and keep talking pro wrestling as only we can. We're opinionated. We accept phone calls. You guys can text and email us and do whatever that day or before, and just let us know and give us an opinion on what we're doing. So, and also this podcast, the Triple B Experience, this is where I talk about stuff that I want to talk about that I like, and I give you some in-depth stuff about how some situations that happens to transpire in my life. So, since last time I talked to you guys, besides the 3 podcasts that I've been doing, we actually, me and Tammy went on, we went down to Connellsville to a club to listen to one of my coworkers in his band called Echoes. And there was a whole bunch of individuals that went. We took 2 vans, me and Tammy, and I got in that van and I felt like I was in a sardine can. I had to suck it in to get through, to get in the back, and then I had to suck it in and get through to get out. But I was like a sardine can. I'll never do that again because I felt like a sock in a dryer. So if you're a big dude, sitting in the back of the van is not a cup of tea, believe me, that you want to take a drink out of. You know what I mean? But hey, it was a good time. We had a good time. We're actually going December 14th to see an AC/DC tribute band. That's going to be a good day. That's going to be Tammy's birthday weekend. We got that special. We're going to go down with the Shellhammers and Jeff Booth and his other half, Amanda, and we're all going to have a good time because it's cool to have a good time with your friends during the holidays. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, our Pittsburgh Steelers are 7-5. Talk a little bit about the Cleveland debacle where Mason Rudolph got hit in the goddamn head and damn near got decapitated by Myles Garrett. He got suspended. Pouncey got suspended. It was like the Royal Rumble in Cleveland. And I know Cleveland was coming, and they were coming to Pittsburgh this week, and they got their asses handed to them, and they won. Pittsburgh beat them 20-13. Oh, no, actually 20-10. It doesn't matter. We still beat them. We beat Cincinnati the week before. We are in the 6th seed in the playoff. We're right below the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills game got moved from 1 o'clock to 8:30 during the flex schedule. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So we got Buffalo Bill. The Bills coming to Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. This week we got the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to fly out to Pittsburgh West. Hopefully our defense, which is the stifling defense, shuts out Arizona and their quarterback. And we put some points on the board. And we got a new quarterback called Devin Hodges. So they call him the Duck. He's not throwing crazy shit like Mason. Mason's just, I believe, since Mason got that concussion, he has regressed, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get back some injuries. Hopefully, Juju Connor will be back. Pouncey served his 2-game suspension, so he'll be ready to play in Arizona. And we will just take what it is and go forward, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully we can be 8-5 going in to having Buffalo come in. You know, this is a year that has been crazy with a lot of injuries. This is unlike a Steeler team that I've ever seen in my entire life without no Big Ben and no Pro Bowlers as receiver and running back. And they're signing people off the practice squad and giving them in-depth situations to play the ball. And like I said, when I do my Steelers Wire 360, I got to get more in-depth. Right here, I'm just ranting and raving about stuff I like to do. And I tell you right now, listen and support the Triple B Experience. Because I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, doing these podcasts or something, but getting them out there and getting them listened to by everybody is something else in between. So realistically, if you're like driving and you're in the gym or you're doing household chores, just give it a listen to. Triple B Experience is almost 50 minutes of pure entertainment brought to you by yours truly. This is the only show that I do out of 3 podcasts that I do not have a script and I just shoot from the hip. How do you like them carrots, people? Exactly. The other one, the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast, we have an itinerary and we have a monitor and we're in the studio at the Idiot Radio studio and it's phenomenal. It's awesome show, guys. You guys, I know a lot of people aren't wrestling fans, but by God, just listen to to how we interact. We're trying to get some guests in there. We're just trying to spread the word. We're trying to get over 1,000 likes on Facebook, and Todd will be giving surprises when we do. My Triple B Experience is at like 569. I'm trying to get to 600 and just keep trickulating along. But like I said, I got 3 podcasts. The Steelers in the wild card in the 6th seed, and we're going to Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. Thanksgiving turkey is all done at my house. I just finished it probably a half hour ago. I don't have any leftovers anymore because I can't eat the pie that Tammy got because he's got a special pie that I can't eat. So, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kind of guy eating everybody's goods. I'm not like that. And when I have a sweet tooth, it goes off the beaten path. And it's real crazy. And I'm trying to work on that. But it's real hard, ladies and gentlemen, trying to work out on Thanksgiving when I had 5 plates of food. That's right, 5 plates of food. And I didn't even care. That's the sad part. I didn't even care. Okay? But like I said, I got 3 shows. This is going to be the more laid back one. The other ones are all great. All 3 shows are awesome. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be doing 3 podcasts. There is no way that I think I would be doing 3 podcasts. Not a one. But the thing is, I am. And with all your support, it just makes it better and better and better. And yes, the Steelers, I did have to look. The Steelers was 20-13, so I was right. I was right on that score. But when I don't have stuff written down and I'm just shooting from the hip, it's sometimes I do forget because A, I had 2 concussions. B, I'm older. And C, I had 2 concussions. So, but like I said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been seeing a lot of stuff. I've been getting a lot of stuff. Hopefully everybody's doing their Christmas shopping and getting ready for the holiday that's coming because it's all about the Yuletide, hanging out with friends and family and drinking a lot and making sure you're safe. And don't drink and drive, people, because that's a no-no. And just hanging out and having a good time because, A, that's what the holidays are all about. So this is episode 18. I told you guys a little bit that what I've been doing in the podcast. Triple B Experience got the Triple B podcasts, all 3. The Triple B Experience, the Triple B and Double D Heavyweight Podcast, all talking about wrestling. And then the Steelers Wire 360, where we just talk Pittsburgh Steelers. That's all we talk about is the Steelers. So there you go. And I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and we'll be back to talk about some more topics that I love that I'm going to probably spoil for a couple people. But you know what I realize? The time is right now because realistically, if you can't watch the stuff that I'm talking about, they're not spoilers after a couple weeks. You just haven't had time to watch them, and sometimes you got to get on the train. So that's just the way it is. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, from the house of the unholy. That's right, the unholy. I'm your host, once again, Bad Bubba Brewer, and you're listening to the Triple B Experience.
The Triple B Experience.
We'll return after these messages.
For all your heating and cooling needs, service, and installation, contact our friends at Complete Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. 412-513-3001. Doesn't your family deserve complete comfort?
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Triple B Experience. I'm the host with the most, the man with 3 shows, the Triple B Experience myself, Bad Bubba Brewer. And now I'm going to talk about something that really kind of irritated me because they had a lot of promotion and all this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the Disney streaming app. They've been trying to promote this for the longest time, okay? And I did. I got it. I ordered it the night before. And I was all ready Tuesday because I was off. So I'm planning my schedule accordingly to start watching Walt Disney because I know Fabian said I'll have to get some personal intervention and be talked out because all I'm going to do is watch Walt Disney. Well, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case when I first tried to get on it. They had a big, huge glitch that whole first day. Millions and millions of people couldn't get on it. So what do? I called Walt Disney, and I was on the phone for an hour and 30 minutes. Not standing with my phone to my ear, no. I had it on speakerphone. I was watching something else. But I was trying to get everything situated because I just wanted to just get on the newest, hottest show going right now. Give you 3 guesses, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. 3rd guess. It's The Mandalorian. Walt Disney Star Wars. Phenomenal show. It's not a long show, guys. It's not even an hour. It's like maybe 32 to 38 minutes. I don't think it needs to be long because A, there's no commercials. Okay. But they're on episode. You can't binge watch. You can't binge watch this new show from Disney like you can Netflix, which is probably good because it makes you want to watch it the next week, which I've been doing, and stay away from spoilers, which a lot of people have to do that lately. And I even do that when I don't get on pay-per-views quick enough because people just have no idea. So what they do is they spoil it that night. I can see a couple days later, a couple weeks, but not the first 5 minutes of the show. Like, what do you guys got to do? Sit there and no, that's total. I can't get into that, and I don't want to get into that. And I'm not going to really spoil anything from The Mandalorian. I am just going to tell you, I believe it's a great show, and there's something there which you didn't think it is. But the thing is, it'll probably be the hottest toy item in this Christmas. And he is a badass bounty hunter. So, I mean, it's good. It's right after Return of the Jedi a couple years later. Okay? So if you don't have, I'm going to try to sell you guys the Walt Disney app if you didn't get it. And hopefully Disney hears this. And hopefully I have like 100 viewers that say, hey, Disney, catch Bubba Brewer down there trying to, promote Walt Disney, which I have the whole time. But the thing is, though, when I finally got it, I channel surfed and looked up a whole bunch of stuff for Disney. They have a Star Wars site. They have a Marvel. They have a Pixar. They have the Walt Disney Classics, which I can't believe they have all the classic Walt Disney cartoons. So realistically, if you collected it on VHS, it's probably obsolete now. It's probably not worth any money. And that's what sucks because I collect stuff like I collect comic books. And if you're a collector, that actually sucks. But actually, the Marvel stuff is most of the movies, not the X-Men movies, because, of course, that was from Fox. That might go on Hulu from what I've been reading. I'm not sure. But the thing is, though, they have a lot of the old cartoons. They have the X-Men cartoon, which is very good. The X-Men cartoon out of Fox, all 5 seasons, I believe. They have a lot of Spider-Man cartoons. They have Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you're into cartoons, the Marvel stuff, they have even Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. When I used to watch it when I was a kid, that's even on there. They don't have like the old Marvel Spider-Man movies in the 70s and stuff like that. They do not have that. I don't know if they'll ever put that on. But they have to wait for all their movies to get off of Netflix. And once Netflix is done, they'll be all on. and then that go from there, and then all the other Marvel. And you have to get Disney to actually watch the Marvel TV shows, because the Marvel TV shows will be congruent with the movies. So if you watch the movies and you don't watch the TV shows, you are fudged. You are fudged. You won't be able to know what's going on. There's going to be a lot of stuff. So they're going to try to incorporate the TV shows into a huge more class, not like it was before. They're going to hopefully reboot some of the Netflix characters like Daredevil, Luke Cage, which might be recommissioned as another actor, Jessica Jones, maybe with Kristen Ritter, I hope, and then with the Cox character as Daredevil, and John Bernthal as the Punisher. I don't believe they're going to have Danny Rand character from the Netflix. He was pretty weak, so they'll probably recast him, but all those characters will probably be back in the Marvel scope on Disney, or maybe they'll do a little bit more extreme on Hulu, which you can get a little bit more mature audiences and stuff like that. So, but it's in your best interest to order Disney. Who doesn't like Disney? I know it's the Walmart of entertainment, but by God, if you got everything under one roof, you don't have to go anywhere else. Who wants to go to 17 different places when you can get everything all at one time? You know, I mean, Walmart used to be like that, but Walmart, it's terrible anymore, you know. So, but yes, the Walt Disney app is something. The Mandalorian, great episodes. I think it's going to be signed up for season 2. So it's in your best interest, and I will not spoil it. I will just tell you to watch it. That's what I'm going to tell you. Get the Disney app, and if you don't like Disney, you're probably a communist, and you can watch all the old stuff when you were a kid, Kurt Russell stuff. I mean, everything. I took a couple moments to actually go through all that stuff and just look through everything. So, and it took me about a half hour to get everything. I went through it like a fine-tooth comb. And they're going to be adding stuff too. So, it's your best interest. I'm selling Walt Disney. That was my experience of Walt Disney app. And also, I've been watching the DC stuff. They're getting ready for the Infinity Crisis. It's coming. Arrow will be done, like I said before. Flash, I don't know what's going to happen. It started. You have to watch the Infinity Crisis. I believe it's a 7-part series, and go from there and see where it's going to take place. And also, they had the mid-season finale to The Walking Dead. So if you haven't seen it, it's been 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. So I know everybody's busy, but the storyline with the Whisperers is an exciting storyline. It's almost the same as in the comic book. Negan is free, and he's out, and he's hanging and hooking up with Alpha and Beta of the Whisperers. So they had that storyline where when he escaped. They had one of the town kids, and he went a little crazy trying to show his affection for Negan. And in the comic book, Negan just pretty much told him to shut up in the comic book and killed him. And in the comic book, Negan actually kills Alpha, and then him and Beta just go into a big, giant, huge tussle where Negan gets Lucille broke because he broke it over the back of Beta, and they were fighting. So we will see what kind of person Negan turns into, or do they switch it up to do something different, because they're trying not to do the comic book in a TV show, since the comic book is no longer out there. It's done. So sorry, I dropped my computer thing because I'm getting all excited. So anyway, we're doing that. A lot of shows. Right now, since this podcast will be out in December, we will have the huge Star Wars coming out December 20th. The end of Skywalkers, Rise of Skywalkers. The Skywalkers kick ass. The Skywalkers are going to the ranch. Whatever it is, it's the last thing of the Skywalkers. I'm going to go. I know my other half's going to go, because we are huge Star Wars fanatics, and I've been a Star Wars fan since I was a kid. So, and that's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. So also, too, I've been collecting a little bit more comic books. I went to a big, giant sale up in Elwood City. It was a quarter comic book. I couldn't beat it, but I went through the 300 boxes of comic books like a fine-tooth comb, and I got some good stuff, and I bought 350 comic books for $75. So I couldn't beat that. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to wrap some stuff up, put them in backboards, trying to get some stuff. But the thing is, it's just a hard, tedious thing because my studio, as I've been saying since I started this show, I'm trying to get the studio up so I can have like maybe a little bit more room, have some people come in and talk like Todd does in the Idiot Radio studio, and stuff like that. And then I could shoot the stuff with people, and we can get some kind of conversations going. And it's just not me shooting at the hip, talking without no script. So, but yeah, and also I've been doing a whole bunch. I got my downstairs painted. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the downstairs is painted. I got to get the bar is up, but it's got to be drilled to the floor. Get the walls put up on the front, the sides of the bar, and get that painted and paint the floor. I got a TV for downstairs. I'm going to have to pick up a bigger TV now because I heard through the grapevine that somebody's getting a certain size TV, and I have to go up one greater. Yeah, I know. I'm that kind of guy. I got to up one and see where it goes, put all my memorabilia on the wall, and then hopefully sooner than later, like I said, it's a slow, tedious process of getting that downstairs, and that will be the Triple B Barn Grill. So then I could stay home and watch TV, and I mean, I still go out. I mean, but speaking of going out, like, going out and having a good time anymore is sometimes it's like finding a needle in a haystack. Sometimes you don't get good service, getting drinks, or you don't get good food, or you don't get good waitressing, or it's everybody that just hasn't been out. I mean, we had a great time going to Connellsville, listening to Echoes. We had a good time doing that. We just can't, like I said before, I can't sit in the back of the van because I'm too big and I like to drive. And I'm not a very good passenger, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just not a good passenger. I rather drive. It's not a control thing. I'm just, I can't sit in the back because I think due to maybe concussions, I get kind of sick when I'm going on med runs for work. I don't like sitting in the back seat. I can't help it. It is what it is. And I don't give a rat's ass what people think. I'm telling you how it is. I don't feel, I don't want to who wants to get sick and not enjoy a night or enjoy their time that they're out? Not this cat. I like to have fun. And believe me, when I like to have fun, I like to have fun. So, but anyway, like I said, we're just trying to get through the holiday season. I know, and I'll probably talk about that in the next segment, trying to shop, which I'm not very good at. I'm not very good at it all, but I try. So anyway, this is the Triple B Experience, and I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and we'll return in a moment.
The Triple B Experience.
We'll return after these messages.
Looking for a creative idea for meetings, business lunches, and special events? Call Spiels on Wheels, food truck and catering, and take the stress away. For more information, call them at 724-244-9881 or on Facebook at facebook.com/spielson.wheels.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Triple B Experience. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and you can listen to the Triple B Experience, the Triple B and Double D Heavyweight Podcast on idiotradio.net, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and SoundCloud, and all other social media devices, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2 podcasts, and double your fun right there. Wrestling and stuff that I just shoot from the hip. Like I said, starting off this podcast. And also Steelers Wire 360. You can catch that on iTunes and iHeartRadio. 3 podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. The trifecta of sports entertainment right here. So I just want to say, talking about sports entertainment, how about Black Friday shopping, ladies and gentlemen, which is a damn joke. A damn joke. You're looking at advertisements, you're getting everything situated, and you're going and they don't have anything you were looking for on your list. Nothing. Not a damn thing. And it's not even that bad anymore. I might as well just start doing stuff online, which I probably think I will do. Sometimes I believe Christmas is overrated. It's not about the gifts, ladies and gentlemen. It's about spending time with the people that you like and the people that you love. Isn't that correct? So, anyway, I didn't get anything. They didn't have any movies. I got a little bit of stuff for myself because I usually, this is crazy as it sounds, but I always like to get myself a couple stuff and get it out of the way. And I did buy that uh, TV for downstairs. And when it's ready to get put up, hopefully, which is whenever we can get situated, will be up soon. I got a 50-inch Roku. So, hey, the Roku smart TVs are, the way to go. Smart TVs are the way to go. But yes, I mean, so anybody out there that's listening to this has already had the trials and tribulations of Black Friday. Next year, how about we just don't even go? Like, don't even go. Just get the stuff on the online or do whatever. It doesn't even pay to have a shopping cart and have 800 items. And I've seen people kicking people's asses over not a Cabbage Patch Kid, but just something stupid. Every year, it's something dumb, and it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it because you're acting like an asshole out there and people are taking their cameras, their phones, shooting it. So you're trying to get your kids' baby huggy stuff and they're just shooting it on there and you look like a total moron and then it goes viral. And then, well, actually, you're the new YouTube sensation because you got your ass beat or you beat somebody's ass over a toy that nobody even plays with when you buy it anyway. So, yeah, Black Friday, overrated, underrated, underrated as the items, and that's my rant. Hopefully, next year I will not do that because they can kiss my dago ass. I'm not doing it. I only did it this year to go get that TV, and the TV that I was trying to get was already sold out by the time I got there. So, and I believe next year I have to work next year anyway. This year I didn't work, which is great. Spent some good times and had a great time. But also, it's just, it's Christmas time. It's December. December is very emotional for a lot of people, and also it's very stressful for yours truly. I got a lot of people with a lot of birthdays and Christmas. So I have to be, I got to get everything done, plan some stuff, do whatever. It's just total running and getting stuff done, which, hey, it is what it is. I can't bitch. You know what I mean? I got to get stuff done, plus working and plus trying to slowly try to get back into eating right. I was doing good. I fell off the Thanksgiving wagon. I tipped it over. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to come home after you work out and pass Dairy Queen so you don't get a blizzard. Yes, I am guilty. I'm guilty of that. It sucks, but it is what it is. And hopefully I can overcome it and start eating right, me and my other half start eating right and doing some stuff. I got my DDP yoga. I went back to boxing, but me being a bigger guy and going to Watkins Boxing, which I do, it's a great workout. So anybody that's listening in Indiana County, Brandon's open 7 days a week, I believe, all day long. You can get private lessons. You can get classes. You can go in and talk to him, and he'll get you to where you need to be because boxing is totally a different kind of scenario for me because you got to pivot your hips and stuff. And my hips are, look, people, I'm 48 years old. Last time I weighed myself, I was 358 pounds. Okay, I'm not like overly whatever, but I know I need to slack about 60 pounds to get under 300, which I will, and it's mind over matter. And I do like going to the gym and working out, but sometimes my body's beat up because, like, I'm a rag doll. I'm a sock in a dryer, like I said. Years of wrestling and, well, and getting a couple concussions from work and working on concrete. It is what it is, but at least I go. I try. It's a good stress reliever to go to the gym, and I just got to eat right. You got to incorporate the eating right, the cardio, the lifting, the boxing, and do all that kind of stuff, the stretching. Go back to DDP yoga because that does wonders. I mean, as I'm sitting here right now, my back's tightening up because, yeah, I'm an old man. So, and the only good thing on me that runs is my mouth. That's right. So if you're listening, I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. And I know when I put stuff on social media, my Facebook mostly, it's like, oh my, Bubba's just whatever. But I gotta try to self-promote. Look, I am not selling anything here, people. I'm not selling anything. I'm just talking about my experiences and what my opinions are, what I like. I like the Steelers, wrestling, comic books, entertainment, Star Wars, and all other stuff. I'm just trying to give you, if I like to go out to eat, if me and Tammy go out to eat and we have a great time, I express it on here. If we have a shitty time, I express it in a nice kind of way because I try not to make waves because people just can't handle it anymore. So there it goes. But I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to sell myself, and hopefully you guys like it and you guys are entertained by it because, look, this is the only podcast where I don't have a script and I shoot from the hip. The other ones, the Triple B, Double D, I love the format with wrestling and we talk it. It's phenomenal. And the Steeler one that is with the USA Today, I'm going to go watch the Steeler game again because I have to tape it and I have to watch it because I have segments that I actually talk about. And hopefully you guys follow me on that. Follow me on the Triple B, Double D Heavyweight Podcast, and you follow me on this. I'm just trying to get myself out there. I would like to hit 100 people on SoundCloud on any of my 18 episodes. Yes, I'm just trying, and I don't know how to. I got to promote a little better. I got to put myself out there, but I usually try to do the best I can. And I know it's the holiday season, but also too, guys, I listen to podcasts when I'm in my car. I listen to podcasts when I'm at the gym. I listen to podcasts when I push mow my yard and people are beeping when they go by. They're not throwing empty cups or cigarette butts at me, mind you, when I'm mowing my grass, but I know I got a lot of cigarette butts and some empty cans and stuff in my yard after the fact because I live on a main road, which totally sucks. So anybody that lives on a main road can actually feel my pain on how you try to keep your yard and then people just F it all up because they don't care. Put your cigarettes in your ashtrays, people. Don't put them on my yard. I say it all the time. My God, you got junk. Take it to a Sheetz garbage bin, or when you clean your car, put it in there. Don't put the shit in people's yards that are close to the road. You wouldn't want someone to do that to your yard, so why did you want to do it to ours? You know what I mean? So there. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm just getting a little, sometimes I get a little irate. Sometimes, look, I'm not here to talk politics because people be talking about that in the year 2020, and it's going to be crazy. I'm going to stay away from that. It's got, whoever I vote for, it's got nothing to do because I'm the kind of person that I am. The only thing that's soft about me is my midsection. That's it. I'm going to try to work hard on that, though, because I would like to be when I turn 49. Yes, 49. I like to be a little skinnier than I was when I was 48. It's always progression, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm progressing because 18 episodes before this, I had my first show. Now this is number 18. So it's just progression. I got 3 podcasts under my belt that I'm running, that I'm doing, and I just try to do the best that I can, and I do appreciate all the support. I appreciate the people sharing. I hit invites for my Facebooks, both of them, the wrestling one and the Triple B Experience. If I invited you, please hit like. And then just try to get my share. I mean, I got 569. I think I got 569 right now on my Triple B Experience. And I believe that me and Todd have, and Gary, we have, I'll look here in a second. My Triple B Experience, I have, I have to look on my phone. I got 569 people that hit like on my Triple B Experience. I got to see how many people I have on my Facebook. You know what I mean? So I sent invites to everybody. Just hit like. That's all. Sometimes it might be informative. It might be something that you like on my Triple B Experience page. Now, the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast, which I'm heavily promoting all the time. I'm heavily promoting everything. You got to heavily promote. Okay, we have 763 people. We're trying to get to 1,000. That would be awesome. And we do appreciate everybody. We're looking for some more questions. We're looking for phone calls when we do the live shows. Those live shows are great. I love them. Todd loves them. Gary loves them. And we just want to be the #1 podcast of wrestling in Western Pennsylvania, this state, and maybe go bigger. You got to go big or go home. That's what I look about it. You know what I mean? And I think we have a great thing going. I think I have a great thing going in all three of these. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, all social media, give me a listen on SoundCloud, iHeart, iTunes. You can watch it on YouTube. You know, you can catch it, 2 of the shows on idiotradio.net. You can catch the Triple B Experience and the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast on the network there. And also Steelers Wire 360 on iTunes and iHeartRadio. Okay? So there, check them out. I'm going to try to get another podcast before Christmas, but I just, hopefully, by the grace of God, I can. I know I'm going to be busy. Everybody's going to be busy during the holidays. So I'm going to say, everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday, and I hope to God that I can get episode 19 out before Christmas, because I know there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but I appreciate all your guys' support. God bless you. Thank you for supporting the Triple B Experience. Thank you for supporting Bad Bubba Brewer when I shoot from the hip, and I'm as honest as I can be. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and you're listening to the Triple B Experience.